Woman is dead after a rollover crash overnight near the border of Antioch and Nolensville, and police say they got the call around 2:30 this morning. So what is that, about 4.5 hours ago? It was at Burkett Road and Battle Road, kind of a windy area. Officers say it was a single vehicle crash. Two women were in this SUV. Investigators say the passenger was thrown from the vehicle and was pronounced dead on the scene. Investigators say the driver went to Vanderbilt. Alcohol appears to have been a factor in that tragic crash.
We have more breaking news now. A man is charged for arson and assault of an officer after a multi-county crime spree. And this is the story that's been developing all night.
This thing has gone several different directions. News Channel 5's Matthew Torres joins us live from Robertson County this morning. Matthew, good morning. This is a bizarre story you're on for us.
Yeah, bizarre and somewhat tricky to piece together, so follow along with us. This suspect was accused of lighting his own van on fire, putting it into gear, locking it, and then telling police after he was caught that, quote, there was evil in that van. Smoky Barn News was there during the arrest. This incident occurred in the KFC parking lot in Springfield. Police say Stephen Krumzinski then tried to break into a building across the street by smashing out the glass door. He's accused of grabbing an officer by the neck, ripping off his badge, and slamming him into a vehicle. Despite being tased, Krumzinski got away, but was eventually taken down by Good Samaritans. But get this, Krumzinski is also a person of interest in an arson investigation after his house burned down in flames in Hermitage late yesterday afternoon. We brought this to you as breaking news last night. Neighbors tell us they felt strong rumblings and heard sounds of explosion.
The flames were 20 feet high. I could see the house starting to crumble down like almost immediately with how hot it was. And then I was looking at my house and I could see the siding on my house starting to burn away.
I spoke to the Springfield police chief who says the officer assaulted here last night will be okay. He also says this is the same man who was arrested back in August in Nashville for allegedly forcing his 12-year-old daughter to jump into the Cumberland River with him. This morning, he and his wife remain in custody. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
Matthew, thank you. Strange case there. Meantime, the TBI has issued an endangered child alert. Take a look at your screen because this is Terriana Hill, 6 years old, out of Alcoa, Tennessee. The TBI says she has been missing since last night, saying she ran away from home. Call 1-800-TBI-FIND if you have any information at all.
And right now the search continues for a drug suspect who took off during an arrest overnight. It happened on Nolensville Road around 1:45 this morning. Two suspects were taken into custody, but a third ran away. Officers set up a perimeter. They came up empty-handed. As soon as we find out who they're looking for, of course, we will let you know.
And the fire department is investigating a suspicious blaze at a North Nashville business this morning.
News Channel 5 Sophie Nielsen-Colding joins us live from that scene on Clarksville Pike this morning. And Sophie, firefighters think they know how this thing started.
Because they found a Molotov cocktail that hadn't gone off at the scene here. You can see this is the back of the business, big hole in it. This is a pretty noticeable business on this road here in North Nashville. Brightly colored red, green, yellow, black, Caribbean Splash Reggae Cafe and Car Wash is what it's called. I spoke with the owner this morning and he says he's just beside himself. He was asleep. He lives nearby. Someone was banging at his door telling him his business was on fire. He came down to see the smoke and the flames. He said he's been working the last 2 years, 7 days a week to build it up slowly over time. And he just is so hurt that someone would do this to him. We spoke with him and take a listen to what he had to say.
And I hope to God, again, somebody sees something and can tell investigator or Metro PD and help us to really figure this, who do it. And somebody have to pay. There must be. I don't know. I believe in karma too, you know?
You feel like this was a personal attack against you?
It is a personal attack. It is.
So he says he has his suspicions on who might have done this to his business, but he's going to wait. He hopes that Metro PD can possibly get some fingerprints off of the bottle that they found here at this scene. The business owner says there's a lot of damage inside, doesn't think he's going to be able to open the restaurant today, but he's hoping to have the car wash open. Live in North Nashville, Sophie Nielsen-Colding, News Channel 5.
Sophie, thank you for the update happening right now. Police are searching for the guy accused in 3 Nashville bank robberies. We've shown you his picture a couple of times, and yesterday he apparently was at it again, according to police. He hit the Bank of America along Highway 70 South. Officers say it's the same guy that robbed the Fifth Third Bank on Monday and a U.S. bank inside a Donaldson Kroger last month. You know how busy Kroger can be and the banks inside those places? Call Crime Stoppers if you recognize the guy.
More than 24 artists are removed from the Webster PR website in the fallout of sexual misconduct allegations against Kurt Webster. Those allegations came out earlier this week. Artists like Kid Rock, Naomi Judd, and Billy Ray Cyrus have been signing with other PR firms. The Webster roster still has several artists on it, as well as numerous business clients. But at least 5 Country Music Hall of Famers, including Dolly Parton, have been removed. Webster announced he'd be stepping away from the company and it would be renamed Westby PR. As artists step away from the firm, fallout continues with accusations coming from former employees of Webster. Those employees did not want their names used for fear of retaliation, but they tell us Webster continually made lewd and sexual comments at work and even made a sexual advance on a male intern. One employee even told us that Webster would ask fans for nude pictures, and in exchange, he would introduce them to Dolly Parton. Dolly responded to the controversy yesterday, tweeting this statement: "I've worked with Kurt Webster for many years, and he's done a wonderful job. I am hoping that the accusations are not true." We also reached out to Metro Police about the sexual abuse claim that was first made this week about an incident about 9 years ago. We're told those allegations cannot be acted on because the statute of limitations has passed.
Metro Public Schools facing yet another federal lawsuit after alleged sexual encounters between a teacher and a 14-year-old student. A $3 million suit accusing the teacher of making sexually suggestive comments in 2015. And there are also claims the teacher even had another student serve as a lookout while she was with the girl inside a locked classroom. It's not clear how or when the school found out, but the parents say they weren't notified until several months later. Attorneys for the student say the school did not do anything to protect that 14-year-old girl.
And Steve, community activists and faith leaders are calling on the Metro Police Chief to make an arrest of a prominent white nationalist who was seen in a brawl on cell phone video. Now, the video began circulating across the web Saturday night after a large group of people entered a Brentwood bar and began harassing an interracial couple. Violence erupted outside, leaving one woman bloody. Now, grassroots organizers are pushing for Metro Police to arrest Matthew Heimbach, a well-known white nationalist seen in the video.
5 days later, that these white supremacists who rallied in Shelbyville, then engaged in acts of violence, have not been brought to justice. And so, what's to stop them from doing it again? What's to stop them from feeling that they are empowered to continue harassing, minority and vulnerable groups?
A Metro Police spokesperson says the department does not make arrests based on petitions, but based on evidence. Police will meet with the district attorney's office on the matter next week.